Do I need to call you the female version of Steph Curry, or do I need to call Steph Curry the male version of Caitlin Clark? I mean, which one is it? Which one is it?
Caitlin Clark's Wilson basketball has been selling rapidly, akin to her swift three-point shots.
I think I'll just be the female version of Steph Curry.
I mean, you hear people talking about you and throwing out those comparisons. Speak about how that makes you feel, about how you've just taken the world by storm because of your shooting prowess.
Yeah, I really feel like I'm still kind of in a dream.
What about jaWilson's ball? Is it still elegantly displayed on the shelves, or has it vanished too? To figure out which basketball is driving fans to spend their money so quickly, let's delve into this comparison. Though you might see it as just another basketball, Caitlin Clark's limitless collection is anything but ordinary.
In a real world, I mean, it's kind of crazy, obviously. Those are the players I kind of grew up watching. Obviously, Steph Curry's kind of changed the game, and he's a player I grew up loving. I still love. I watch him all the time. So it's kind of crazy seeing all those NBA players, WNBA players tweet about you, talk about you, but
remember our mention of making history? Get ready, because what Clark has done here is groundbreaking. It's not only Clark's first signature Wilson basketball line.
From Iowa to the WNBA, Caitlin Clark dominating the court, inspiring young women in many ways in her sport and people just to play sports.
But it's also a first for women's basketball since Michael Jordan's era in the 1980s. Can you believe it? Nearly 4 decades have passed before another female player received her own signature line.
I just love that she tries to stay grounded, and she says she doesn't, what did she say? She doesn't have a social, she doesn't look at her social, and I get it. I don't either. And I think it's so important to continue to do what she's doing, and no matter what other people do, then if people are negative, it's because they can't do what you do.
That's a significant interval. The Limitless collection isn't just any assortment of basketballs. It's a narrative woven with Caitlin Clark's own story. Imagine one of the balls containing a handwritten note from Clark during her secondary school days.
I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white, because she's attractive.
Perhaps referencing her dreams of earning a basketball scholarship or dazzling in the WNBA. Holding such a ball is like holding a piece of basketball history.
Here's the reality. Tommy's right. It's not just race, though. It's also sexuality. Caitlin Clark is a white heterosexual woman in a black lesbian league, and they resent and are jealous of all of the attention and the shoe deal that she got.
But there's more. Each design celebrates the essence of Clark as a player. Her signature move after a three-pointer, it's there. Her record-breaking achievements included. Even her knack for energizing the crowd with her performance is captured in these designs.
You women out there, y'all petty, man. Hey, LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark. Y'all petty, girls. I expect men to be petty because we're the most insecure group in the world.
Oh, you are.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes.
You might be thinking, these designs are impressive, but are they actually selling? Let me tell you, selling doesn't quite capture the phenomenon. It's a full-blown shopping frenzy. When the collection launched, it featured 4 distinct models priced at $99.95. The EVNXT, the 3,951 game basketball, the WNBA Ascent basketball, and the repetition basketball. The repetition basketball priced at $24.95, also sold out within hours.
Her range, her three-point shooting overall, her flair for testing her range every night and knowing that the other team's going to try to take it away, and she's fearless.
Fans were eager to snatch these up while they could. The overwhelming demand meant that Wilson couldn't keep up. Every model was marked as sold out almost immediately, as if they vanished instantly. If you didn't manage to get one, don't worry. Wilson plans to restock in August. Given the frenzy over Caitlin Clark's collection, you'll need to be quick when they become available again.
The Player of the Year, number 22, Caitlin Clark.
Now, what about jaWilson's basketball? Yes, she has her own, and it's time to look into that. jaWilson's basketball is part of the Wilson Sporting Goods lineup as well. However, the focus is different. While Clark's collection features unique designs and personal elements like handwritten notes and career highlights, Wilson's basketball follows a different theme.
You know, only being a sophomore, there's there's always room for growth, and I'll still have 2 more years here. So, I still have plenty time to grow before, I go pro, and that's where I want to be. I want to reach the next level. I want to play in the WNBA. So those are my goals long term.
jaWilson's basketball, in contrast, lacks the same level of personal flair. While it carries her name and branding, it doesn't feature the unique design elements that make you feel connected to her story. Despite this, jaWilson remains a major figure in the basketball world, with her signature style standing alongside stars like Sabrina Ionescu and Angel Reese. It's worth noting that you can even get a miniature version of her basketball, which is pretty cool. You might be wondering about its market performance. Is it selling as quickly as Clark's collection, which flew off the shelves? Here's where things get interesting. Remember how Clark's basketballs sold out within hours, causing a buying frenzy among fans? jaWilson's basketball tells a different story. While it is available and people are purchasing it, it hasn't sparked the same level of intense demand as Clark's collection. There has been no buzz about jaWilson's basketball selling out within hours, or fans eagerly awaiting restocks. So what's the difference here? It's certainly not about jaWilson's talent. She's an exceptional athlete. The key factors appear to be the marketing strategy and unique appeal of Clark's collection. Clark's series is a limited edition signature collection, creating an urgent buy-it-now atmosphere. This exclusivity has significantly contributed to its success. In contrast, jaWilson's basketball is part of a broader lineup. While it's a quality product, it hasn't sparked the same level of enthusiasm.
Caitlin Clark, I'm sure you saw, just became the all-time scoring leader in women's college basketball. I'm curious, where would you rank her amongst all-time college players, in your opinion?
Ooh. Does this mean jaWilson's career is lacking? Absolutely not. Her basketball remains available, is part of the Wilson Sporting Goods collection, and represents a top-tier player. But when considering market performance and consumer excitement, Caitlin Clark's collection stands out as something truly special.
That's tough because you got to win one. I feel like that college is one of those spaces where you got to win one for them to even have your name in the conversation. And it took me 3 years to win mine, so it's hard. But congratulations to her. I know my teammate KP was just like, yeah, that's huge. That's a lot of points, and that don't take that for granted. They were getting them up 100%. So congratulations to her. But I think she got to win her one to really kind of have her name in that. But I mean, she's always going to be a great player for Iowa.
And you might be wondering, sure, Caitlin Clark's basketball sold out quickly, but why is that such a big deal? It's more than just sales, it's about brand influence. Caitlin Clark has evolved from being just a player to becoming a sensation. When we mentioned her basketballs sold out within hours, it wasn't just luck, it's indicative of a larger trend. Clark's influence is vast. Her involvement turns products into must-haves. Companies have taken notice, and here's where it gets fascinating. Clark isn't just popular, she's transforming the sport. Did you know she's the first female athlete to have her own Wilson collection since Michael Jordan? That's breaking decades-long barriers. So what makes Clark stand out? Why are brands so eager to partner with her? It's a mix of her exceptional talent, magnetic personality, and perfect timing. Her incredible on-court performance is just the start. Clark isn't just an outstanding athlete. She's a record setter whose magnetic presence draws people in. Her influence extends well beyond the basketball court, inspiring young players everywhere. Her hope that her collection would motivate kids to pick up a ball and play is more than just words. It's a message that resonates strongly with both fans and brands. For a broader perspective, Amanda Lamb, Wilson's head of global brand, views Clark as more than just a record-breaking player. She's a cultural icon with a profound impact on the sport. It's remarkable to consider her achievements at such a young age. So what does this mean for Clark? It's impactful. Beyond her work with Wilson, Clark collaborates with major brands like Nike, Gatorade, and State Farm. Given the current trends, this is just the start. Reflect on how athletes are redefining the landscape of sports and culture.